Hi, it's Harriet. I wanted to come on and do a video because it's easier for me to quickly say what I've been feeling and seeing. And I really want to get a message out to the food allergy community as a whole. So we have had a lot of stuff hitting the media and the message boards and social media for the last 2-3 weeks. First, it started with the tragic Chips Ahoy thing, and then with Southwest removing peanuts, and now with the episode that happened yesterday. All three of these episodes involve peanuts. I'm not going to talk about those specific episodes. What I want to talk about right now is that the peanut allergy community needs to listen up and wake up that this is not all about you. That we have top 8 allergens in the United States, plus sesame, which is the unofficial 9th, and mustard, and a bunch of other allergies that were in Canada, they have 11, and Europe has 14. Unfortunately, in the message board and social media, parents do not want to understand that milk and egg and other foods are just as dangerous as peanuts and just potentially as deadly. FARE released a study this week that showed that the most common types of reactions that needed 2 or more epinephrines were those from milk allergic people. That having a milk allergy put you at higher risk of requiring more epinephrine. I know for a fact that we have seen a huge increase in anaphylaxis to milk. Unfortunately, and I don't want to do this divide, and the only ones who are doing this divide are the parents in the food allergy community that are peanut only, and I hate to say that. But the truth is, when you get in a group and a parent is trying to justify to you that milk and egg and all other allergens are just as deadly and just need as much precautions, the same precautions, and then we're told that milk and egg are not an issue, the only ones who are causing a divide is that group. The truth is that any allergen is equally dangerous to the person who is allergic. Anaphylaxis doesn't care if it's a peanut or milk or egg or an apple or a carrot or if it's wheat or soy or fish. The bottom line is, to the allergic person, each food is equally as dangerous. It doesn't matter what it is. And to say that peanuts are more dangerous is not true. It is not true. And the fact of the matter is that the bulk of anaphylactic reactions are from other foods that don't even meet classification. So the other department is higher. And let me remind everyone, 15 million Americans have food allergies. 15 million. Of that, 3.5 million have nut allergies. Now that includes not only peanut, but tree nut as well. You do the math. How many other people are left with other allergens? Other allergens that are totally 100% capable of causing anaphylaxis in those people. Did you know, and I hope people watch, did you know that the argument about being airborne or sticking to surfaces goes for every single allergen? It can be applied. Unfortunately, people do not know that. Cream cheese is no different than peanut butter. It still stays on the surfaces. If you look at your fingers after eating Cheetos or cheese balls or Doritos, that orange powder, that contains a lot of dairy. It can be airborne because it's fine. If you have a crisp or a cracker with that kind of fine powdered cheese, totally, if it goes into the face of somebody who has a dairy allergy and asthma, you're totally looking for an issue. The same issues could be applied to someone with a sunflower allergy. We like to swap out peanut butter for sunflower butter or for soy butter. But for the child who's allergic, that protein, we're all talking about proteins, and that's what food allergies are, is our body responding to the protein. Excuse me. The protein is still there. The protein, if it was a peanut or if it was cream cheese or if it's sunflower seed or soy, it is still left on the same table. Unfortunately, studies are not really done individually for individual foods. But the proteins are still proteins, and they have to be cleaned the same way. One goes for all, is that you use commercial wipes. You like wet ones. Wet ones are phenomenal. They wipe off everything and they're totally fine. And they kill it on your hands too. So we see this belief that only peanuts are this issue. It's not, and I'm really getting tired of having to say any allergen is equally as dangerous to the person who's allergic to it. And it's the truth. And it is not an us versus them. The peanut community is making this an us versus them. Any conversation should be about food allergies in general, because it doesn't matter what the food is. It doesn't. It just doesn't. I think, unfortunately, no one is listening. And it's not just me, and I know for a fact, I have seen so many parents, my heart is breaking, because I saw people I don't even know who are not in my group trying to say, it's not just about peanuts. What about us? What about our allergies? What about the person with the dairy allergy, the egg allergy? And the ironic thing is, I mean, my kids have a tree nut allergy, but the ironic thing is in a lot of cases, the tree nuts are not even held to the same policies that peanuts are. So I'm not sure how we can fix this unless one side starts understanding that this is not a unique problem to them, that this problem is universal to someone with a food allergy. I will tell you that my own kids cannot take cooking in school because they were using powdered dairy. They were making items like pizza or lasagna over a steaming stove, which would release the particles into the air like pollen. So this is not just one allergen. And by the way, that was a doctor's recommendation, not my call. I wanted my kid to take that class, but it was a doctor recommended decision. We all are food allergy parents, and all our allergies should be treated equally. It should have equal policy. We should have equal awareness. It shouldn't be, oh, well, that kid has a peanut allergy and that kid has a dairy allergy. We don't have to worry about that kid having an anaphylactic reaction, but we have to worry about the peanut allergy kid. Every single child with a food allergy that has been prescribed an EpiPen or has been documented to have anaphylaxis or potential for anaphylaxis should be treated equally. The precautions of hand washing, of inclusion, should not be for one allergen. It should be for all. And I'm not seeing that. And when someone is speaking up for that inclusion, for that awareness, they are being shot down. So I beg everyone, get yourself educated. Dairy allergies are not lactose intolerant. They are anaphylactic. They cause death. A 10-year-old boy in Ireland just died from a McDonald's sandwich because the wrap had milk in it and they didn't know. We have Elijah, who was 3 and ate a grilled cheese sandwich. We have Sabrina Shannon, who had safe fries, but unfortunately they were cross-contaminated with dairy and died from that. We have there's so many more that I could tell you, but nobody brings that up. Nobody wants to hear that these things happen. We have the two airline stories, one of an airborne lobster reaction of shellfish, of them being served, and one of a man with a tomato allergy. So who's protecting us? The policies currently are not protecting us. School policies don't protect us. And all this crying and ranting and raving and putting the other allergies down is not helping us. It's just hurting us. So please understand, if you have a peanut allergy, you're no different than the rest of us who are dealing with life-threatening food allergies or anaphylaxis. We all have to navigate the world around our allergens. The risk of an airborne anaphylactic reaction is very low. Studies have shown that. Knowing your limitations, for example, going to a Starbucks or a pizza place, if you have a dairy allergy, you just don't do it. But we have to start understanding that the word food allergy is not just nuts. It's everything. It's all 170 foods. So if you like this, please comment to me. Please, let's talk about how we can get a better message out to the public. That even, for example, like wheat is not, it's not an intolerance. It's not the same thing as celiac. I know many people that have actual anaphylaxis to wheat, and people don't seem to understand that that can happen. So if you want to talk more about this, if you agree, if you whatever, just let me know, and let's work on this. More awareness that all allergens pose the same threat. Anaphylaxis is our common enemy, not the food. Thanks.